Shalom. Kal halalim la Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah Kodash. All right, which means all praises, honor, glory, and blessings and power be unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Okay, and double honors to our apostles and elders, elder bishops of Great Millstone that rule well, and Shalom to the prophets of that body, and Shalom to the 144,001/3. May peace and blessings be upon you and the spirit of endurance as we approach the end, sooner rather than later. Okay, that time is coming, and a lot's going on. A lot of, a lot of, a lot of these stones are being turned over, and these, and all these bugs and worms are coming out. It's like you see certain people that are so-called prophets, that prophesy, that were really spiritual ninjas with the scriptures. And Genesis, I'll say it that way, comes to mind. IUIC comes to mind. GOCC comes to mind. And those that have sold out come to mind. All right. And they all collective and part and parcel the same. Okay. Some are just more wickeder than others. All right. A lot of these people, that look like polished up, individuals, like a beautiful, precious stone. You turn that over, you move it, and there's all bugs and worms coming out now. Like it's a tainted stone. I'm trying to use an analogy that I hope you can understand what I'm trying to say. That these individuals, are not right. And the fact of the matter is, they don't really believe in Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. They don't have that beautiful gift of faith, as Elder Kazaki Allah would say. And they don't have that gift, because faith is a beautiful gift, and believing without seeing. These individuals, these dumb ninjas, are people that don't believe that the chariots will return. They don't believe in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshai. They disrespected Yahweh Shai. They feel that they don't have to bow down to Yahweh Shai. These individuals have actually X'd out the name, the law of Yahweh Shai, and keep pushing that Jebus. I'm not going to say the word, but you know what I'm talking about. Jesus. Okay, I'm not going to say that heathenistic word. I try not to anyway. Okay, but sometimes you've got to say it just for clarification. But they keep pushing that word, and now the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai, you've X'd out the name of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai. You've X'd out Yahweh Shai. A lot of you, GOC. IUIC, and what's the other one? Genesis. Previous, they've X'd out the name of the Lord, man. So if you've X'd out the name of the Lord, right? Therefore, the Lord Yahweh Shai has X'd you out of the book of life. Okay? And a lot of you other Israelites there that are sincere, whether you know a whole bunch of knowledge, which is a beautiful thing, like our apostles and elders and other prophets of Great Millstone that are the mouthpiece of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, because everyone's got a different level of knowledge, but the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai has given you enough for salvation, whatever your particular lot is in that beautiful office, okay, with, to be part of that body, if it's the Lord's will. Because, this truth is a beautiful truth, man. It just, sometimes I feel like, you feel so good sometimes that, man, we got the kingdom coming, and that, you're an Israelite, you got the name, and you got the kingdom coming. You keep thinking about the kingdom, and sometimes you just feel, the sun's out. Sometimes in the blue sky, you keep thinking how beautiful the kingdom is going to be. You know how much of a blessing it is to be pulled into this truth, to be called by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshai, man. And seeing spiritual things. I said, you know how much of a blessing it is to be called by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshai? And I looked, and the Spirit just moved my eyes to the timer. It said 441, Brakti Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshai. Right? And see, that's another indication there. Lord gives you spiritual indications that you could be part of that number. And even if it's the 1/3, right? I mean, whatever the Lord's will is, right? You want to be in good, I'm trying to be very careful with my words, man. You want to be, I'll say it this way. You want to be in a position where Yahweh Hashem Yashai, when His Majesty Yahweh Shai returns, He looks at you with favorable eyes, where He's happy and pleased to see you. Okay? Because the Lord is deleting people left, right, and center. There's a whole bunch of judgment going on. And we're going to see a lot of these sellout jakes, these so-called camps that have sold out, since they've said it online to the whole world, okay, that the real name is so-called Jebus, right? They've disrespected the Lord in front of everyone like that. Yeah, the Lord is going to make sure what's going to happen to them is going to be in front of everyone as well. Okay? And there's not going to be no questions or issues about who that person is. However the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yashai is going to do it, these people are going to get got and F them as well. Okay? Because, this truth is beautiful, man. Okay? The amount of blessings upon blessings upon blessings we're going to get, right? We're going to be changed. We're going to be beautified. All the little, all the things that bothered you on this side, you're not going to have to bother with them no more. There's so many things, and being open up to all the knowledge and all the ways, to serve Yahweh Hashem Yashai correctly without making a mistake, man. That's a beautiful thing. I keep thinking about the majestic buildings and the temples we're going to have and all that, And if I'm saying something wrong, please forgive me because I'm still learning, all the ways we're going to praise Yahweh Hashem Yashai. I keep thinking about all the knowledge we're going to have, actually beholding our King Yahweh Shai, looking up at him, actually seeing him in physical form. Just imagine that. You know how beautiful that is, man? Walking on the gold floors, spiritual power. And some of us may get a taste of, or some of us are going to get a taste of that on this side prior to being changed. Okay? So there's so much to look forward to, and it's such a barakium. The heathens, crackers, the heathens, man, they're over. It's over for them, especially Esau Edom. At least the heathens, after 1,000 years of slavery, they're going to be in their position underneath our feet, paying tribute forever, right? Giving us their beautiful daughters, concubines, etc., right? Tribute, being under manners, as we say in the UK, right? Being under subjection. But these honkies, these Edomites, it's over for them. All right? That's why they're so reminiscent of the 50s and slavery days and all that shit. And they know that they know that the rug's being literally pulled from underneath their feet. Everything ain't hunky-dory anymore for these devils, man. This curse is, pursuant to Deuteronomy 30, verse 7, is coming on them slowly but surely, but it's going to be on them fully, like white on rice in the kingdom. All right? And so, saying all that to say this, you got to be in it to win it. And the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yashai has pulled you in this truth. Okay? All right? Pursuant to John 15:16, ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you. All right? The Lord has pulled you in this truth. Okay, let's go to this with John 15:16 first, man. John 15:16. Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you, and ordained you that ye should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain, that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it you. Okay? All right? And that's in red as well, as the Lord speaking. Okay? Yahweh B'Hashem Yashai, ask the Father in my name, Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. Okay? These wacky-tacky Christians think that Jesus is the Most High. They're dumb. Okay? Like Cat Williams would say, a smart, dumb ninja. But let's say a smart, dumb peckerwood. I mean, you know what? Forget, they're not even smart. They're just dumb. But the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yashai has chosen you elect, man. That's why the Lord is giving you these, the Lord is purifying you, putting you through a quality control test so you can be ready, okay? Putting you through situation after situation, giving you a little break, situation after situation, giving you a little break, giving you spiritual numbers so you can keep spiritually satiated and keep going, so your spiritual thirst can be when you're thirsty spiritually, right? The Lord gives you spiritual numbers, visions, dreams, scriptures, certain questions you have in your mind. Those get answered by the prophets. When the Spirit guides your steps, Proverbs 20 and 24, man's goings of the Lord, and you get the answer from the prophets, man. You know, and the angels are showing themselves more and more and more. So when that time comes, when if it's the Lord's will, you get beamed up, or you get spiritual power prior to that, all right? The Lord is showing Himself more and more. It's like giving you a warm up to the greatness which is coming forth. All right, as Elder Yasha Wamba would say, glory to glory. Brakti Avashimashai 144 again. Okay, glory to glory. All right, so that time is coming. John 15:16 again. Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you that ye should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain, that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, He may give it you. So you've got to be in it to win it. This is the real golden ticket. This is a real golden ticket. Okay? You have been called, you've been chosen. Listen, we're the largest nation on the planet Earth, us Israelites. Hosea 1 and 10. We're like the sands of the sea, bro. Yeah? And out of all them sands of the sea, Yahweh has chosen you. Fuck a lottery. Fuck a golden ticket into Charlie, the chocolate factory. This is amazing. This is amazing. Every day you're growing up thinking that, man, why am I going through what I'm going through? You always the last one picked for a soccer team or whatever it was, or you were heavy set as a child. You were always a loner, and now you know why you went through what you went through. You were being punished. You were being purified. But all that happened to bring you to this, and all those other people that were living it up in the world, where are they now? Shit, half them are on crack. Some of them are DEAD on heroin. Some of them are coming off it, but still on the methadone, which is basically liquid heroin. Listen, man. You got to understand. All right, now where everybody else was living it up when you were in school, whatever. Right now, you see those people today. They're finished. Where are you? Not being carnal or anything. You look younger than them. You look at least 20 years younger than them. All right, you're more healthier than them. Even though Jake got ailments, but we try and do better on this side. Now, I'm not being carnal. I'm not being big-headed. I'm just saying generally. You know what I'm talking about, Jake. All right, we're just being honest. We're not one of those people that say, "Oh, look at me, la 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 la, look at you." We don't do shit like that. We be humble, man. But we be austere. We be confident, but we be humble. All right. In the kingdom, we're gonna be super confident. We're gonna be super bold. We're gonna be super. What's the word? Letting it be known. All right. Shit. Them. Ain't nothing stopping us then, man. When that change comes. All right. A lot of you people are finished, man, and you sellouts. I keep thinking, man, how the fuck do you sell out and cross out the name of Yahweh Shai and look at yourself in the mirror every day, man? How do you look in the mirror when brushing your teeth? How do you sleep at night? If those demons must be giving you a sweet sleep, right? You actually think this world is going to go on forever? This world is a ticking time bomb. This world is, what did the Lord Yahweh Shai say? There are bounds that this rulership cannot pass. Loosely paraphrasing, there are bounds that this, actually, let me get that scripture, man, because I'm butchering it. 1 second. I don't want the one from Psalm. There's another one. I forget which chapter or verse it is. Yeah, Job 14 and 5. There you go. Brakti Abashim Ashai. Job 14:5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months. Now, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. Okay? Right? Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. There's a limit, an expiration date to this rulership. People selling out for millions of dollars or pounds, euros or whatever, thinking that fake currency, that fiat currency is going to last. You know? These people don't have no hedge of protection. They can sit in cars and saying they're doing better. Listen to that bullshit rap of today's crap music anyway. You know, they're doing better, waving their hands in the air like gang members and shit. You know. Wait to what like the Lord says. Though they say peace and safety, they think they get hunky dory. They're probably whatever they got, in terms of artillery in their house, or maybe they've been given a secret passage or a secret code to some kind of damn bunker. I don't know, right? But when the Lord gets them, man, it's going to be like a tidal wave. It's going to be like a quiet day, sun shining. Or it could, however the Lord will do it. I'm just trying to be artistic with it. Quiet, birds chirping. And then lo and behold, like a tidal wave, the Lord's going to get them, man. The Lord is going to get these people, man. They have no idea. Well, once that demon leaves them, they're going to realize what they did was wrong. And I'm sure some of these sellout jakes do know what they've done wrong. But them demons are sort of, keeping these dickheads, somewhat bold and confident that they've done the right thing. But anyway, the Lord will get them, all right? But you jakes, man, you hold on tight, all right? This world has nothing in it. And even, what the hell are you going to go back to? There's nothing in this world, man. Fuck this place, man. So, Brakti Habashim Ashai for this truth, man. All right? You've got to be, let's go to it. I typed in definition of you've got to be in it to win it, right? You got AI overview. You got to be in it to win it. It is a common idiom and slogan meaning that you must participate or try in order to have a chance at succeeding or winning. And this is from a worldly concept, right? It emphasizes that taking the initial step to compete is required for success, often used to encourage trying, especially in contests, raffles, or challenging. All right. Now, this is a spiritual lottery. Okay. Many are called, but few are chosen, right? You got to be in it to win it. But you've been chosen. John 15:16. You have the name. Okay. All right. You got the name as well. You're not going to call on no freaking Jebus or Jebus Christ, the Black Messiah, or Ahia, Asher, Ahia. You're going to have the name. The name is holy. The name is separate. Okay. The name is severed from all these heathenistic names. Okay. The name has a lot of power. Okay. Of Yahweh Bashim Ashai. Hence, the damn devil tries to erase that name. And there's so much emphasis on these sellout camps erasing the name because a name has power. And the elect are going to call upon the name. Ecclesiasticus 17:10. And the elect shall praise his holy name. All right. And the elect are going to praise the Lord's name. John 24:15. Okay. And if it seem evil unto you to serve the Lord Yahweh Bashim Ashai. Okay. All you sellouts, all you pricks out there that make fun of the Lord's name, how you say, we say Yahweh Bashim Ashai, and they say it in a way which is ridiculing the Lord's name. I'm not going to pronounce it how some of these TikTokers and these sellout jakes and these agents and all these sellout camps say it and disregard the name. I'm not going to say that. Okay. But I will say this, that you're serving Satan and you're going to get it, man. All right. And the Lord said this in Joshua 24:15. And if it seem evil unto you, and if it seem evil unto you to serve the Lord, okay, Genesis, IUIC, Gok, and other sellout jakes, And if it seem evil unto you to serve the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, choose you this day whom ye will serve. They want to serve Esau, Edom. They want to serve Satan. All right. Whether the gods which your fathers served that were on the other side of the flood, or the gods of the Amorites. Okay. They've gone back to the vomit. All right. That's how they were bugged out. In whose land ye dwell. All right. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. The elect are not going to go back to the vomit. The elect came out of that bullshit. The elect put all the, heathenistic practices down. Okay? Don't eat unclean foods no more. Don't smoke spliffs no more, And be very careful if you're approaching a female. You always ask her, introduce yourself. And then you say, blah, blah, blah. Say, do you have a man, married husband? She says, no. Then you can go in for the kill, right? But for the most part, you always ask, man. You don't say, does your man look better than me? I'm sharper than him. Deal with me. No, you don't do that. I'm just giving you little inklings, But even though this damn devil puts pork juice and crab juice and lobster juice and catfish juice and damn near everything, man, we don't know. They could dry up and they could dry up this kind of stuff like catfish and turn it into powder and sprinkle it on chicken or something, or on cod or on salmon, sprinkle it on there so it just soaks into it. We don't know, but we know that we are not going to blatantly eat that. That's an example there. And we know the elect are gonna stay faithful to Yahweh Hashem Yashai, because we want the kingdom. Okay, we want righteousness. We want to be happy. We want these damn devils underneath our feet. Okay, you don't want to come this far just to fall out by the wayside now. And the elect, that's not going to happen to the elect. So you got to be in it to win it, and the elect are going to call upon the name, and we're going to serve Yahweh Hashem Yashai. But for the rest of you, okay, that were once enlightened, okay, now the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yashai has blown out the candle on your end. Okay, get ready for judgment, man. Get ready for judgment. All right, but as for me and my house, all right, we're gonna serve the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yashai, and Lord willing, to the best of our ability, man. And may the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yashai, any unclean spirits that are upon the hopeful elect, may they leave. A prayer comes to mind, the Lashon Kodash, Yahweh Hashem Yashai, Bahashem Rakak Kodash, Babsha, 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 Lachak, Mayan, Labia, Rai, Rakaim, Watamak, Derakim, Babsha, 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 the water Aman, And that is, I don't write the Hebrew, nothing good, but I can memorize it. This is a prayer, one of the brothers from Atlanta, the Atlanta brother, gave this prayer. Not the one that was not that weirdo, that grifter, not him. I'm talking about one of the sincere brothers that still teaches to this day. I learned that prayer from that brother from Great Millstone, man. Let me see. Let me just read it out what I've got in my paperwork. What I wrote it down. Where is it? Oh, yes, yeah. 1 second. Let me just grab my physical Bible. Yep. It is Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakak Kodash, Babksha, Lachak, Mayan, Labia, Rai, Rachaim, Wa, Tamak, Derakim. Lachak, Mayan, Labia, Rai, Rachaim, Wa, Tamak, Derakim, which is, please take from my mind evil spirits and unclean ways. And this is a while back I wrote it. It's Abariath Palalium Labia. Lord willing, I'm reading it correctly. Yeah. Lord willing, I read that correctly. Hey, man, I don't know everything, but I'm trying, man. Lord willing, So we're going to serve the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yashai, man. Because we want to be in it to win it, and we're in it. And Lord willing, we can stay on this spiritual train to salvation, and stay boarded, and stay on board. We're on it now. We want to keep and stay boarded. We want to stay on this spiritual train, man, to salvation. You know, we don't want the Lord to stop the train and, kick us out and saying that your golden ticket is no more, or your spiritual golden ticket is no longer good. You're out. Go back to the vomit. Because the Lord controls both ends. Isaiah 45:7, the right hand side and the left hand side. The Lord can put traps, man, for you. It could be a woman, super fine woman, where you've never had a super fine woman in your life before. She could be super, super, super fine. And here you are besotted with her. The PUSSY, man, just takes you, makes you weak in the knees. And here you are just bowing down to her, following her. I mean, she could be a beautiful East Indian girl. Here you become a Hindu. She could be a beautiful Polynesian girl. Here you are worshipping, I don't know, whatever they do, right? She could be a beautiful ISH woman, right? Amalekite. Here you are, start wearing a black frisbee on your head. Now, nothing wrong with dealing with a woman. I'm just saying, just make sure that you deal with her how you're supposed to deal with her, which is a male and female dynamic. You just do your bedroom work with her, let her hang with you now and again. Keep it, the way it's supposed to be, but don't follow her bullshit doctrines. Don't have dinners with her family, all that nonsense. I'm just, I'm all over the place with it, man. I'm just saying the Lord could set up traps for you on the left-hand side where, to get you out of the truth. And plus, some of these things are tests as well. All right. Nothing wrong with doing these things, having a woman, doing it, and having some kind of downtime, lawful downtime, but just make sure that your mind is on tunnel vision mode, meaning that, your focus and emphasis is on Yahweh B'Shem Yahshai first and foremost, and the kingdom, man. Because a lot of blessings coming. Don't be looking at these other people doing so-called well in this world, thinking that I want to do that too. Okay, the elect are gonna get as is it Tony Montana? He said it. He's a Judite playing a Manassite, Al Pacino. I want everything in the world. How do you say it? I want it. He basically wants everything. He wants the world and everything in it, right? Okay, the elect are gonna get more than that in the spirit power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahshai, man. All right. And it's not just these other blessings of women and spiritual power that we want. We want righteousness, man. We want to serve the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahshai first and foremost correctly. We want to know what that feels like. Just really doing everything proper. And that's coming. So stay focused, Jacob. All right. You're beyond blessed. You've got to be in it to win it. You've been called. Now hold on tight and stay with it. All right. The Lord is not letting go of you, elect members. The Lord is going to try you to refine you. So when the curveball gets thrown your way, you just say, okay, this is a test. Yahweh B'Shem Yahshai, please help me and guide my steps, right? That I do the right thing and I pass this test. Please, Lord Almighty in heaven, Yahweh B'Shem Yahshai, please don't cast me away. You got to do that. Remember that, because this is not going to be a smooth ride into the kingdom. It's going to be a bumpy road. But, certain bumps knock people out of their chair because they don't have their spiritual seatbelt on. But you Israelites, you Jakes that are in the truth, that are sincere and that are part of that number, you're going to be good money. All right. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there now. And I know I was all over the place. The mind wanders, hey man, we got a lot coming, man. A lot of good blessings. All right. As Elder Kazak Yala would say, Jacob, you're beyond blessed. Elder didn't say in the exact words, but I'm just saying that that's what the elder, has said in quite a few videos. You're beyond blessed, to be in this truth. This truth is beautiful, man. All right. You should be saying thank you, Yahweh B'Shem Yahshai, for blessing me to be an Israelite, man. The Lord could have made you a heathen, man. Worse yet, worse than a heathen, the Edomite heathen. Oh, as Elder Apostle Tahar would say, man, I don't want to be a Edomite for all the tea in China, And that's just a scary thought, man. Fuck being an Edomite, man. Brakti Yahweh B'Shem Yahshai B'Hashem Rakak V'Dash. The water, Lord, for blessing me to be an Israelite. The water for waking me up, man. The water, Lord, Brakti Yahweh B'Shem Yahshai. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there now. All praises, honor, glory, and blessings and power be unto Abano Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai B'Hashem Rakak V'Dash. And double honors to the apostles and elders, again, that rule well, and shalom to the prophets of our body. And you sincere Israelites out there, subscribe to the men of the Lord, our teachers, and the mouthpiece of Yahweh Hashem Yashai, the men of the Lord, great millstone. All right, and be subscribe and be edified. They are the men of the Lord. All right, from every aspect, spiritual, historic, the whole shebang. All right, and yeah. Oh yeah, and you heathens, subscribe as well, so you know what your outcome is. Especially Esau Edom, subscribe, learn. So this way you know where you're at, and also the fact that you better enjoy the last few seconds of your kingdom because it's over. It's all over for you devils and you heathens too. That are using that Esau Edom's chucking crumbs your way. You're gonna get it too, man. All right. All praises, honor, glory, and blessings and power be unto Abano Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakak, Wadash, Mawatha, Kwam Yashrala, Shalom.